Today is a super exciting day. I literally got no sleep last night because I was so excited. But today my new rescue dog is arriving in Bristol. She's going to be living here with me and little Luna, and will be our 4th rescue from Hungary Hearts. So Luna, who lives here with me, and then we've got Bobby and Willow as well that live at my family home. It was actually quite a hard decision, and Connor was really kind of worried about it, as was I, because Luna is so well behaved, like she's so quiet and so calm, and we didn't want to kind of disrupt that peaceful life that we have with her. But also she just loves being with other dogs, especially when I'm away for work. I think it'll be nice for her to have company. So I'm really hoping that we'll be lucky and get another calm doggy, and they just complement each other really well and play with each other and can be the best of friends. But I guess we will find out later today how that gets on. I'm still in isolation here after a work trip, so my mum is very kindly going to meet her at the Happy Bus when she arrives and then bring her to me in Bristol. And I can't wait to see her.
Who's that? Who's that? Roxy's watching, hey? Yeah. Hello. Sweetie.
How's the new dog settling in? Chilled enough? So it's currently 6 AM and they've just woken up for some hyper play time on morning number 1. At the start of the night we put Luna to bed like she does normally in the living room, and new baby, who still doesn't have a name by the way, went in with her. But then kind of as the night progressed, she kind of got more and more restless, and Connor was just like, I just think like it's her first night, she's had a long journey, let's just let them in. So then they both came into bed with us and they had a very good sleep, but we probably didn't have such a good sleep. And then kind of at 6 AM hyper play started, so I've just come in the living room with them, just done a little toilet outside and just kind of leaving them to it to have fun. She seems a lot perkier this morning, which is a good thing. I'm not so perky. Luna, leave it. Luna, leave it. This little baby officially has a name, don't you? You have a name. She's just been playing with Luna, so she's very tired out now, hence the panting. We kind of went round and round in circles, going with Sooty, Zen, Inca, but none were kind of like feeling quite right. So we were just like, right, we just need to decide and stick with a name, because I kept calling her Baby. And I was like, oh my gosh, she cannot learn Baby as a name because that's awful. Luna, where are you going? But we've decided to call her Suki. Are you Suki? Yeah. So this is little Suki. Little Suki. Hello. Let go. Drop. Good morning. So, update after night number 2 at home. She slept. She slept outside our room the entire night with Miss Luna, like good girl. But we have a hyperstar again. You're going to be an early bird, aren't you? And no toilets outside, although I feel like I should get off the phone and get them outside before I jinx myself. Good girl, you brought it back too. You clever girl, you're so clever. The biggest issue really so far has actually been Luna, who just loves her and is already really protective of her, and took them both out together for the first time, and Luna was barking, weren't you? Yeah, Luna was barking at these other dogs, which she literally never does, that she is obsessed with dogs. She always loves seeing other dogs, so it's the first time she's like had that kind of reaction. But hopefully that will stop as she gets more used to it and I work on training them together rather than just like one and then the other. But you're so cute. I'm back here again exactly 1 week after I sat down to film this first video, the day this little munchkin was due to arrive in the UK. So it's been nearly 1 full week now that she's been here with us, and it's been amazing. Like, it's been hard work, won't underplay it, but she's like everything that we could have hoped for. I guess the biggest thing when getting a second dog is they really learn off your first dog, so it's good to be in a position where the first dog is like really settled and comfortable, because so many of the behaviors that Luna has, Suki has now picked up really quickly. Like, it took 4 months, I think, for Luna to sleep the night in here rather than in our bedroom with us, whereas Suki did that kind of from her first night. Yes, she had a few cries at the door, but it was nothing major. Like, it wasn't howling, and it stopped after a really short period of time. So I think having that dog there that they can use as that role model almost is really, really helpful. In terms of Luna, she's been amazing, but I wasn't really worried about Luna. It's been nice because she has kind of stood up for herself, which she doesn't normally do. Normally she's like super like non-confrontational, and there's been a few moments where they've had little fights, but I'm kind of glad that Luna did have that, because this is her space, it's her stuff, like her people as she sees it. So I think it was good for them to kind of have those really few brief moments just to like establish their hierarchy and know where they stand with one another. And then with Suki, she has been really sweet, such a good girl, really good at walking outside, amazing with new people. She's just been a sweetheart, and I'm so excited to see as well that after a few months of training, she's like come out of her shell more, really what she'll be like. She was only neutered, I think, 2 weeks before she came to England. So even that in itself will mean that she's going through so many changes. So hopefully kind of like within a few months where her hormones are starting to balance out and stuff like that, she'll really come out and be kind of the dog that she'll be for the rest of her life. Yes, she has her quirks. The most difficult thing has been her harness. She's really afraid of kind of anything going on behind her head that she can't see, and she doesn't know what's happening. She's been getting better, but that's going to take some work to kind of desensitize her And obviously I don't know what happened to her in the past, so I don't know, you know, where that trauma lies and what caused that trauma. But, you know, if that's the one thing that we're working on, it's really not too bad. Is it, darling? With new people, she's amazing. She's definitely a people dog, like even more so than Luna is, which is really nice. Dogs, she's a bit more nervous of, especially if they come bounding up to her. She doesn't really like that. But she does have these 2 little nicks on her ears from just before she came over. So the vet said it might be that she had kind of quite a recent incident, and that hopefully, you know, with a few weeks, she'll just feel more comfortable again. Because she was at the rescue farm with, you know, 30 plus other dogs. So it's not like she doesn't get on with dogs at all, and she's lying here with Luna. So she's fine, she's just a bit shy. It's funny because I was so nervous about her coming and like knowing what they'd be like together, but now she's here and settled, like I literally don't regret it at all and wouldn't change it for the world. And she's so lovely. I love her, I know Connor loves her, and I know that we'll have a happy time with the 2 of them together. So if anyone is considering getting a second dog, you know, from my experience so far, it's only been 1 week, but it's been a good experience. I'm not saying it's completely easy. There are things that are more challenging having 2, but there are also many things that are easier having 2 dogs. But the most important thing, I think, is if you're wanting a dog, please rescue a dog. There's so many amazing dogs out there that need homes. Like if you're buying a puppy from a breeder, you're supporting that industry, which is, you know, aside from anything else, cruel on the animals that you're wanting to buy and have as that pet. So it's much better to give a dog a life, a happy life that doesn't have one already. And the more that we as consumers make that conscious choice, it will put pressure on the greater system to change and for people to stop breeding puppies and, you know, focusing more on rescuing efforts and help and support for those who are rescuing dogs as well. These 2 are both from Hungry Hearts Dog Rescue. My family also have 2 from there, so charity very close to our hearts. So if you are looking for a dog or even want to support a dog rescue, please do head to Hungry Hearts Dog Rescue. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help out. So just pop them in the comments or get in touch with me on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed this video and seeing these little munchkins in their first new week together and Suki's first week in her new home. Thank you for watching. Bye!